is Ryan Bembridge, Senior Reporter at Mortgage Introducer, and I'm here today with Jason from Magellan.
Good morning, Ryan. Good to see you.
So what type of customers is Magellan trying to attract primarily?
Well, quite simply, we're looking to help customers who don't qualify for a traditional high street mortgage. For whatever reason, that could be just a poor credit score, adverse credit, or need a bit more flexibility on income. Now, as it happens, this represents a huge opportunity for mortgage intermediaries as well, because it is it's a really growing market. We've only got to look at the number of mortgages that get declined in the UK every year, which the CML tell us is about £12 billion worth of mortgages a year that are declined. So if we apply, an average loan size of say 135,000, that gives us on average 1,700 people per week in this country get their mortgage declined, which is a staggering sum. So to put that into perspective, while we're sat here today at Mortgage Business Expo, roughly 350 people will see their mortgage get declined, which is something that we want to do
during the course of the day?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, £12 billion a year is roughly 1,700 people per week get their mortgage declined. So that alone represents a huge opportunity for intermediaries, and that's one segment of the market we're looking to help. Also, then, if we have a look at the consumer credit profiles in the UK, currently, using last year's figures, we're issuing over 3,300 new CCJs per day, which is an astonishing amount. So effectively, over 3,000 people per day are going to be disqualified from high street lending for the next 3 or 4 years. Because if you're picking up a new county court judgment today, the chances are you're not going to get a high street mortgage for the next 3 or 4 years.
So how many of these do you think are very much safe borrowers?
Our experience tells us an awful lot of these borrowers do have a very, very good reason behind picking up this adverse credit, whether that be redundancy, loss of income through illness, business failure, divorce, etc., etc. So, our records suggest that the type of people we help were originally prime borrowers. They've had a bit of an incident in their life, or a life event as we call it. They picked up some adverse credit, but essentially they've now recovered and they're on the road back to the high street again. So our aim is to help those people get back to the high street in the shortest possible time.
Okay. So Jason, what are the advantages and disadvantages of product cascading?
Product cascading, well, cascade underwriting has been with us for a long, long time now. It's normally the domain of specialist lenders. So specialist lenders normally have a large range of products that suit different types of customers with different types of adverse credit. And cascade underwriting is really the ultimate convenience for lenders, for brokers, and of course mortgage packagers. So there's lots of advantages to that. So for example, the idea being if you apply for a mortgage with one particular lender and it doesn't qualify for that product for whatever reason, it will cascade down to another product within the lender's product range. So it's great for intermediaries and lenders because there's no additional paperwork involved. You can literally change from one product to another. You don't have to pull the case out and rebroke it. You literally change from one product to another, which, as I said, is the ultimate convenience. However, one big disadvantage to cascade underwriting is we need to make sure that the product that it cascades down to is still the most suitable product for that customer. So we have seen examples whereby a borrower will apply for a mortgage with, say, a credit score driven lender, and the product appears to be the most suitable and the cheapest product on the market. However, because it then doesn't qualify for that particular product, by the time it's cascaded down the lender's product range, it's actually ended up with the most expensive product on the marketplace.
So maybe it would have been better to go to another lender.
Absolutely, yeah. So whilst cascading offers a lot of benefits in terms of efficiencies, I do worry sometimes, is that product still the best for the customer? So what we'd like to see every time a mortgage cascades down a lender's product range is to see some evidence from the intermediary to say, actually, I've researched the market again and I'm happy that this new product is still the best for the customer. Because ultimately, that's what we're here for, is to get the best product for the customer.
What's your approach to cascading at Magellan?
Well, we essentially offer exactly the same type of product cascading. So, we have...
Is there a time where you will tell a borrower to go to another lender?
Absolutely. We will always cascade up and down the product range. So if we receive an application that qualifies for a better product, we will automatically put the customer on that product. Now, I'd like to think that we resolve most of the issues at dip stage because we manually underwrite, we don't credit score. At decision in principle stage, we will manually have a look at the case and we can make a decision straight away before the application even comes in to know exactly what product it's going to land on. So we have very, very few instances whereby we receive an application and it cascades down our product range.
Okay. So what plans does Magellan have in the next 12 months? Can you tell me about anything about products very quickly? Or?
Sure, absolutely. Well, obviously as a growing lender, we are looking to enter new spaces. The space we operate in the moment, particularly the credit repair side, is obviously a very, very limited market in terms of the amount of business that's being written. Now, that's not to say it's a limited market in terms of the demand for that product, because the demand for a credit repair product is as high today as what it's always been. Yeah. The challenge we have is introducing the thousands of clients that don't know they can get a mortgage to lenders like us, and that's where the intermediary comes in. So we do a lot of work with intermediaries to help them with their marketing and lead development to get this type of customer. But again, that's a slow burn. So as a lender, we'll absolutely be looking to go into new spaces. The obvious space for a specialist lender is buy-to-let. And possibly large loans as well.
All right, so that could be on the horizon then?
Yeah, I mean, that's something we're actively looking at the moment.
Okay.
And of course, we're always reviewing our product guide and our criteria just to make sure we're offering customers as many opportunities as we can. So, over the course of the next 12 months, there'll certainly be lots of new initiatives from Magellan.
All right, thanks very much for joining me, Jason.
Absolute pleasure.
Cheers.
Thank you.